all of those things, right? So
Mm-hmm.
let's say we wanted to move Mondelez to Google Full Stack, which we did,
Mm-hmm.
which means like we want them to to use the full DoubleClick stack.
Mm-hmm.
We would identify what are the test and learn pilots in which countries that we're going to test to like get us there. And
Mm-hmm.
then if all goes well, that would drive like a global adoption. And so you're constantly finding, surfacing the strategies, finding the right markets to do these pilots, um, relaying the results of these pilots in like a global quarterly review, all
Mm-hmm.
to drive a scalable global adoption and contract of something.
Mm-hmm. All right. Got it. All right. Um,
Okay, great.
let's see. We've talked about the overall growth that you did and also the account specific growth that you had. Was your performance being measured in any other ways here?
No, I think I told you they were mixed. It's a mix of deal size and growth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, uh, client satisfaction and product KPIs for the areas that I told you about.
Yeah. When you mentioned the client satisfaction, you mentioned both internal and external clients, right?
Yes.
And would
Yep.
you be able to share what the satisfaction rates were?
Uh, I mean, I don't know the percentage, but very favorable. I mean, when you're doing
Mm-hmm.
these types of deals, very favorable.
All right.
Never had a
Okay.
problem. No.
All right. Let me see. Yeah. So during these 2 years, can you remember any challenges that you had, anything that you found particularly difficult?
Um, Say that again.
Any challenges that you faced and overcame during these 2 years?
So many. Oh, geez. In this role, brand safety.
Mm-hmm.
So we, you know, well, before that, the ones that come to mind are we deprecated some products that Mars loved. They bought this one video product and we deprecated it, and we had to move them into new product mix.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the way that we did that was just, again, test and learn new products. Um, um, we just moved them successfully into new products. And it threatened the whole partnership because it was like 60% of what they were buying. And
Mm-hmm.
we successfully moved them into a new set of products. Um, One of them was by allowing them to buy non-YouTube video from us on
All right.
on our DoubleClick solutions, or DV360 solutions, so that and the other was like test. Well, and while we did that, we also test and learn new video products on YouTube, and educated them on that, which they weren't yet there. We also went through brand safety across all of these.
All right.
When YouTube was in the news, and really just the way that we, um, number one, we partnered with product on, um, besides being empathetic, but we partnered with product ultimately to help them, exclude and select specific areas that they do or do not want to run on.
Mm-hmm.
We built, a responsibility and trust pillar into our JBPs,
Mm-hmm.
which identified um, what what does success look like,
Mm-hmm.
and from top down. And then we held a quarterly cadence with like the working team to keep us honest and review the performance, and then gradually open up new areas as it became solid. right? So you're just
Mm-hmm.
kind of adding incrementally back into it. But it was really just a close partnership with product. Um, you know, and at the end of the day, we really just, it was simply what we learned is that most partners don't really know how the Google product works and how
Mm-hmm.
all the measures that we do have in place to review and monetize. And so it was just kind of like going back to basics and truly taking the time to train them on exactly how the YouTube product works.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and just being empathetic. But at the end of the day, between me and you, it's like the infringement was like on 0.001% of the media that they run on. So it's like, we want to take the time to just really overinvest in educating you on what this 0.001% looks like. And we're going to go so far as to add a pillar into the JVP to manage that 0.001%.
All right. Got it. So this was one challenge, right? Any other such problems, especially ones that you had perhaps inherited?
Inherited. Oh, that's a good one. Um, I mean, the biggest thing was like we didn't have the C-level relationships when I started. And so
Mm-hmm.
on these accounts. And so if I remember, we had this opinion of being arrogant.
Mm-hmm.
No surprise, it's Google. And the clients weren't getting the love and attention, especially the agency relationships.
Uh-huh.
So, we were noted for going directly to the client, but not bringing the agency along,
Mm-hmm.
and from my predecessors. And we totally changed that. We made this a three-way partnership. We developed like a crawl, walk, run attitude. Like we don't need to
Mm-hmm.
get to, let's stop and learn what your challenges are and your business objectives are at just a
Mm-hmm.
different scale, frankly. But that really was the big challenge, was like the lack of trust that was felt,
Mm-hmm.
and that this organization was really there to turn that around, and help them, transform.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's nice. So that's one thing. Right. Let me just see my questions. I'm sorry. Right over here then, were you setting any records here perhaps? Any noteworthy sales increases, growth, new opportunities, anything of that sort, besides what we've already talked about?
I mean, across all three brands, like
Mm-hmm.
killing it on deals. Like our deals were plus over 40%. Every one of the deals were over 40% year-on-year growth.
That's amazing.
Yes, it is.
All right. And when you started, are these the three accounts that you had when you started and when you ended this role?
Yes, those are the three.
Why didn't you get more? Like, did you not land any new accounts, or is that something that you weren't trying to do?
No, that would never be the case. Like that would
Mm-hmm.
never be the case. Because it would be too much for one person to handle.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, they're very big accounts, right? Got it.
What?
They're very big accounts, right? So I guess that it would be
Very,
too
very
much.
big accounts, huge, behemoth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It would be more than
Understood.
one person can handle.
All right, I understand. Anything else here that you think is noteworthy that we should talk about?
Um, no, I mean, I think we covered a ton of it.
All right. One other thing that I want to talk about, these three accounts that you had, you did talk about how the agencies felt left out, right? What about the account relationships that you had, like directly with the customers? Were those also poor in some way?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those were, when I say they thought we were like transactional and not strategic and out for
Mm-hmm.
Google, that was from the client and the agency.
All right. So were any of these accounts like on the verge of leaving, for instance?
Were they what?
Were they about to leave, perhaps? Were they about to end their contract or not renew it? Anything of that sort?
No, they just weren't spending. They weren't growing.
Mm. All right. Okay. Got it. Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the leadership here, right? So you were managing 3 managers and like an overall team of 12. Any challenges with that?
Yes, I successfully managed 2 people out. I don't know that you want to say that, but I did
Yeah.
reconfigure the team. I had to rebuild the team.
Why is that?
Um, we just hired the wrong people, the wrong profile.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I wanted folks that had existing relationships and deeper knowledge. In one case, we hired someone that was the wrong profile.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the other case, we just hired someone that, didn't understand the Google products and never sold, right? So just, and just lacked the leadership skills to be able to work at the C-level.
Mm-hmm. All right. And did team performance improve after you reconfigured the team?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's this team that brought it over, those numbers in. Yeah.
All right, perfect. So it paid off.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Got it. Um, any awards here? Any recognition?
Yes. Um, I think the biggest thing for you to know is that we don't give awards for like senior managers, right? Like we give
All
it
right.
to like the contributors.
Mm-hmm.
So like I would never get an award. It would be my team who would get it,
All right. Mm-hmm. Got it. So
Um,
did like your team get any then the individual contributors that you were leading here?
or not
Were
the
you able?
individual contributors, but like the account teams. Yeah, they did get awards. The Pepsi account got an award for um, just overall performance,
Mm-hmm.
revenue performance. The Mondelez team got an award for their work on the MMMs.
Mm-hmm. All
Um,
right.
and I can't remember. I think the Mars team, I think one of our programs won an award at Cannes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Got it.
Wow,
Mm.
this is very thorough. How long have we been doing this? Oh my God,
About
we've done this an hour and a half.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's
I just want
been
to
nice
make sure
doing
you
this.
have still time. You still have time because we didn't get to finish.
No, I definitely have time. I definitely have time. So if you
Okay.
do, then I'm fine with this. You're
Yes,
free,
yeah, let's
right?
keep going. Yep.
All right, perfect. Okay, so anything else for this role that you want to add that we haven't discussed, just for
I
the
just
food
want
and
to say I
beverage?
have till 1 o'clock and then I have a 30-minute call and then I'm free for another hour if we don't finish in the next 30.
That's all right. If we don't, then I'll call you after those 30 minutes are up. Is that okay?
Sure.
Perfect. All right. Right. So yeah, back to the role then. For the food and beverage role, anything else that you want to add?
No, I think that that's good.
All right. So we'll move on to the Samsung one then. All right.
Yep.
All right. Can you tell me about your key responsibilities for this one?
Um, I was responsible for managing Samsung globally,
Mm-hmm.
where I had both both the country teams and the regional teams reporting to me.